When I heard that Ennio Morricone had died, at 91, my first thought was that the cinema had lost one of the most romantic of all screen composers. Morricone, who worked with filmmakers from around the world but rarely left his native Rome, he insisted on not speaking in any language but Italian, wrote movie scores suffused with romance, with majestic waves of yearning and heartbreak and rapture and lyric melancholy. His most famous scores were the ones he composed for Sergio Leone's spaghetti westerns, and that music, so gorgeous and plaintive, with a kind of grindhouse of the old world incandescence, was the thing that elevated Leone's grand, crude, stylized, nearly wordless hombre operas into a pulp dreamscape, a place where bursts of violence were set off by the lonely quavering sound of an ocarina, which seemed to be suspending time itself. Yet when you think back on those films, or the others that Morricone became best known for, it's hard to find even one conventional love story. The Untouchables, and Cinema Paradiso. The Mission, and The Hateful Eight. The Battle of Algiers, and 1900. La Cage aux Folles, and In the Line of Fire. Days of Heaven, and Bugsy. The list goes on, since Morricone, starting in 1961 with The Fascist, for which he wrote a jaunty lockstep score that caught the mindset of military fascism and mocked it at the same time, composed the soundtracks for more than 400 films, which was some kind of a record. No other film composer has matched it. It's astonishing, in hindsight, that roster didn't include a picture like A Man and a Woman, or Love Story, or Romeo and Juliet. Yet the passion that coursed through Morricone's soundtracks told a different kind of love story. A romantic drama, in the truest and grandest sense, doesn't need to be about two people falling in love with each other. It can be about the quest that pushes someone to go to swooning extremes, like the holy, and spectacularly misguided, Jesuit pilgrimage into the jungles of South America in The Mission. Or the crime-fighting nobility that drives Eliot Ness in The Untouchables. Or the reverie of cinema itself in Cinema Paradiso. The music of Ennio Morricone told the story of each character's rapture, and that's why it seemed to light up those movies from within. It also told the story of how the past can drape itself over the present, sadly, wistfully, transcendently. That's part of the magic he brought to the spaghetti western trilogy that Leone made with Clint Eastwood. When Eastwood first skulked into the vast spaces of A Fistful of Dollars, 1964, he wasn't just the man with no name. He was the man who barely had an existence, the Western renegade who had come out of nowhere. Morricone's music, with its ghostly whistles and yearning bursts of Mexican trumpet, seemed to be doing nothing less than filling in the character's soul.